Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Hello, hi. It's me. What did you say? It's me. I'm the problem. Isn't that a Taylor Swift thing? The little Swiftie?
It is. And it's me today. I'm the problem.
You're mostly the problem. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's actually turning out. I can't get in here. Hi. Oh, I don't miss it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wait. What a shock.
You look pretty though.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I had a couple.
Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Taryn. Good morning, Solomon. Thank you guys for joining us this morning.
I went to Galveston for a couple days, which is normally not something I would brag about. Sorry, Galveston, not to be hateful. But it's beautiful down there right now. If anybody has a chance to go for a couple days, the weather's perfect. The water's perfect. It's October, so there's nobody around.
Mm-hmm.
The restaurants are empty. Segue. You like what I did there?
Yeah. That being said, maybe we don't want to pour salt on a wound. Talking about gorgeous beaches and stuff right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, Florida.
Sorry. Yeah. I was really weirdly like invested in like a bunch of TikToks about it, and
there's some crazy ones where people are not. I'm sorry that I'm messing with myself. This is what happens when I'm late.
Mm-hmm.
People really not evacuating and then filming their experience.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, these people are so stupid. They didn't evacuate. Some people quite literally couldn't. The gas stations didn't have gas. So, and then like if everyone's trying to get out at one time.
Yeah. It's like the final effect.
Right.
I remember.
So I don't really like, yes, people should evacuate, but I don't really believe in calling people like dumb for it because like.
Maybe they have nowhere to go.
They also might not have anywhere to go.
Or any money to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're giving you free gas to leave the state, which would be an excellent idea.
No, of course they upcharge on gas. They upcharge on the flight tickets and stuff like that. So yeah.
My one of our hurricanes, I don't remember which one. I want to say Ike, maybe. My mom was in Oklahoma, and she's like, come up here. And people were like legit from Houston who needed to get out of town. I-10 was packed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, we live kind of inland. I wasn't too worried about it. But then as people started to do things, I'm like, I was fairly new to the area. So I'm like, should I be worried about
you're from the West where all you have to deal with is earthquakes.
Yeah.
Not all, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
and there's no prep for that. I mean, as far as you don't know when an earthquake is going to happen. You just you deal with the aftermath. There's no like, oh, we got to board it. No, you don't know.
Yeah.
If it hits and you get damaged, then you deal with it then. It's like a kind of like a tornado, if it comes in swiftly.
Well, after this last storm we had in July where all the power was out, that was due to a hurricane. It was Hurricane Beryl, right? That's what it was? Or was it just a bad storm?
Wasn't Beryl just like a couple weeks ago?
No, the one a couple weeks ago, it was Helena, and then it's Milton right now, I think. But that's in Florida.
Milton right now. Yeah.
But that's in Florida because they had one right after the other.
I think Beryl wasn't a hurricane. I don't know.
But whenever we had that storm, it made me really realize because that one was pretty bad in terms of in terms of like not having power. Like I don't think people's really like homes got ruined or anything like that, but it was definitely like a lot of power outages. And I'm like, you'd think after living in like Texas, and we'll get to the topic, but I feel like we should address this.
Sure. It's relevant.
But I just feel like after living so many storms, you'd think that I'd be more prepared for this kind of thing. I have a couple like power banks for my phone, but no, because you and I personally haven't really been hit super hard. We've been very fortunate. Like our old house, we lived on some mysterious grid that never lost power. Like even during Ike, we lost it for like an hour. Yeah.
And the people directly
blew down or something. That was
part of like 3 panels of our fence. And the people directly across the street from us were out of power like a week. But we lived like on a golf course. That sounds so bougie. but we did. And the outer people who were actually on the course, we were kind of inside. We're on a different like grid than us. Mm-hmm. And they would be out for a week in an hour.
Yeah.
Or not at all. And then even with flooding, the way our house sat, it was kind of up a little bit. We never flooded. When it froze, our pipes didn't we just got away with like a lot.
Yeah.
That was our old house.
I just feel
we're not so lucky now.
All these, right. That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like all these like storms and stuff want to make me like a doomsday prepper. Like I'm like at that point where like I have an Amazon cart full of things that like I feel like I need to order at least just like a couple of things.
I almost ordered you.
But what's crazy is like, so even like this last storm, I was with a friend and she ordered like some food, but of course a lot of it ran out. So it wasn't really what we ordered. Like I wanted peanut butter and jellies. They did not bring us peanut butter and jelly. They brought us like Doritos and like, I don't know, something stupid, like, and like canned ham because she wanted like, I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And like, I was so mad. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to eat this. And so we drove around and we waited in a fast food line for like 2 hours. And so I say I'm going to be a doomsday prepper, but I'm still going to like.
What did I do? I must have just eaten food here. I did. I remember that. And then I think I was like, we have peanut butter and jelly, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I don't want our peanut butter. Actually, I think you did end up eating it. But you've always been that way because what was the one when you went off to school? What hurricane was that?
Oh, that was Harvey.
Harvey. It was Harvey.
I was supposed to go to college and Harvey was happening. My mom's like, you better leave right now.
I couldn't take you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to go and help her set up her, her place and all that.
No, I didn't have one. That was a whole other story. I was homeless and Hurricane Harvey was going on, but thankfully I was away from Hurricane Harvey, but I was having my own trauma that was like separate. I was quite literally homeless for like 2 months.
I was afraid that she wasn't. So we were going to leave on Sunday or whatever. And this was Friday, right before the hurricane or whatever day of the week it was. And I was like, I'm worried that we're not going to be able to get out of here. And I'm also worried if I go with you, I won't be able to get back. And I guess I was worried about, dogs working, whatever. Just wanted to be back at the house. I knew our house wouldn't probably get damaged. I was just more worried about the trek back and forth. And then also she needed new tires. So for that day, I'm like, I'm going to buy you all new tires. And then you're going to pack up your car and you're going to get the heck out of here.
And get the rest of your stuff later.
Yeah, go. And so she did. So that wasn't exactly the move off to college that we had anticipated.
No, not at all.
But anyway, but she then you came back pretty soon to get more of your stuff or whatever. And when she comes in, she looks in my fridge and she's like, oh,
you've said this before. Yeah.
Or no, maybe it was before. Anyway, at one point she took every single, this is maybe before, she took every single container in my household and filled it with water and put it in the fridge.
I did.
She's like, you didn't buy any water? And I'm like, we'll be fine.
I literally filled up every Tupperware, every jar, every pitcher.
There was jars
of water.
What am I going to do with this, Abby? I'm not going to drink this. But
I
did not end up needing it, thankfully. But yeah.
Because also, what the part was I can use it to brush your teeth. You can use it for anything.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was very sweet of you, and I was glad I didn't need it.
So that's our pop culture, not pop culture. That's our current event of the day.
Yeah. It is. And then I saw I don't know enough about it. Only that I saw 2 or 3 people talk about it. Some lady who's got a concrete house.
Oh yeah, the rich lady.
Yeah,
and she was like, "We're gonna be fine." But then she was shading people for being broke, and I'm like, "Girl, sorry, we are not all millionaires and can build a concrete house from the ground up."
I saw that, but what I took from it initially, and I didn't follow up, was not that she was shading people for being broke. People were shading her for being rich. But she was like, "You must be rich. You must be rich." I'm like, look, I just have a husband who built a concrete house. That's what I took from
her
it.
Her whole first floor flooded, though.
Well,
not that I'm not saying it. Nobody deserves that, but.
Is that what's happened?
Yeah. Her whole first floor of her.
Well, as long as she's okay, as long as everyone's safe.
Yes. So would you say that these people are lost in the sauce?
I think not the sauce they want to be lost in, I would say.
Yeah. So today we're talking about lost in the sauce, which can really go 2 different ways. We intended on talking about food, but I think we can also kind of talk about being lost in the sauce. Figuratively.
Sorry, I was really struggling with my headphones today. I don't know what's going on with me.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, lost in the sauce, figuratively. What are we talking about? What do you mean? Lost in...
how
drama?
People say, drama, or when people it's the lady we brought up, for instance, who has money, when you get money or you act a certain way, you get lost in being bougie.
Oh, I wish I could get lost in being bougie. I know, though I am a little. I can be. So going back to I did stay at a economy type hotel in Galveston. I won't say the name of it. Because A, I didn't want to spend money, and B, I had my dog with me and it was dog friendly.
Yeah.
And a lot of these places, even if they're dog friendly, they'll charge you some insane amount of money to bring your dog. Anyway, so I ended up staying at a place that I probably would not have because of my bouginess. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm not staying there. And it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. You should keep your door locked and stay in your room at night. Yeah. That's probably everywhere in Galveston.
Yeah.
No, I say that because it has an outdoor entrance. Usually I stay at places that have indoor. This one had outdoor, which I was glad because of the dog.
Yeah.
But it does make it a little bit more like mind your P's and Q's and beware of your surroundings.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure,
yeah.
So, but it had a great location. It was very, if you're familiar with the area, it was very near Guido's. I love Guido's. We'll get to that because that's food. And then they had part of Guido's is this other small place where they allow dogs. So I was able to go there and have lunch with my little buddy. And so, it was good. I wish I could have stayed longer, but then yesterday my car didn't start.
Yeah.
So I decided that, I got it started, and then I decided it was probably time to come home and take care of like grown up stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't taken care of that yet. I don't know if it'll start right now, but I got home. That's the important part. Anyway, so there you go.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce. I could have not gone because I like to stay at finer establishments and eat at places like Guido's.
Yeah.
Which I right now, just due to some personal stuff, don't want to spend that kind of money, But I ended up having a great time. I got a really good pizza and I ate Guido's food, but at the little, not fast food, but more casual place next to it.
I don't know what Guido's is.
Guido's, if you're not familiar, is a nicer restaurant in Galveston, right on the water. They have great seafood, really, really good seafood. And what I did want to say about Lost in the Sauce or food culture is, as well as Abby knows, and I've kind of put this on her too, I very much if I'm in Galveston, I only want to eat seafood. I did eat pizza, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to do what's
that's true. When I'm traveling, I want to eat local foods. I don't want to eat. Now, if I'm somewhere and I feel like they don't have anything, I will stop by a Chili's. It's nice to have those chain restaurants.
I'll go to McDonald's. I won't go to Chili's.
I like Chili's. I like McDonald's too. Well, and we've talked about this before. When we went to Europe last year, we went to a McDonald's in every country that we went to, and it was a different experience. So that was kind of a cool novelty thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
we did seek it out, but
it's almost because a place like McDonald's is everywhere, right?
But it's different.
But it's different everywhere. So it's almost you want same with Disney, for instance. We went to Disney in Paris too, even though we've been to Disney, and it was pretty much the same, but it was a little bit different. And it was just cool to see it and something that is the same that you're used to, but in a different perspective, I guess. But yeah, so I like to eat different kinds of foods depending on where I'm at. I want to try a local restaurant, or even I really like Vietnamese food. And so everyone has a local Vietnamese place that's a little bit different, or
or Mexican usually,
or Mexican food. Yeah, I love a place with a good drink. Oh my God, let me tell you. In fact, I'm gonna give this place a shout out. Tumble 22. It's a chicken place. It's so good. I've been twice this week. Once because I had a meeting there or whatever, but then I went for dinner last night and it was really good. They have it's the prices are really reasonable too, but you get nice, good, fresh chicken. It's not giving frozen at all. And they have really cool appetizers and
I saw your leftovers in the fridge. I was tempted.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat your pizza leftovers.
So my pizza leftovers.
You can have the rest of my
I'll just go ahead and shout out to Papa's, not Papa John's, but Papa's in Galveston. That has a very large menu. I did Uber Eats, which was a mistake because it turns out I was a block away from.
Can I read Brittany's comment really quick? Mm-hmm. She said, "Yep, Burger King in Barbados is good. They have different things. Yeah. So sometimes it's like kind of the novelty of trying it in like a different place.
So I just, my third, fourth day or whatever in Galveston, and I was like, okay, I just want to order pizza in my room and chill. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I did Uber Eats, and I shouldn't have, because turns out this place was literally like a block away. But the reason I know this is because Uber Eats brought the wrong pizza.
Oh.
And so I called them, and it was very cute. The girl on the other phone like didn't know what to do, because I ordered through Uber Eats. She was like, and I didn't know what to do. So, but they were really sweet and apologetic. And so I just drove up there. And when I got there, I was like, you're literally a block away. I'm so mad that I even paid for a delivery service,
Yeah.
Anyway, they were really nice. And so I ended up with 2 pizzas. Ooh. So I've been eating pizza for a couple of days now. Oh. And then you were like, can I have some? I brought it home. She's like, can I have some pizza? Yes, please. You have the, what's left is the incorrect pizza, which you would like better anyway.
Yeah. It was just cheese and pineapple. That's my favorite. So it's literally my favorite pizza. Matter of fact, I do want to touch on that. Pineapple on pizza. I know that this is kind of like a cliche debate, but I love having this debate because who doesn't like, I feel like people
sweet and savory.
I love sweet and savory. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a good salted caramel, that's sweet and savory. There's tons of things that are like sweet and savory that are delicious. So when people look at me crazy, like, oh, putting fruit on pizza, people put fruit in salads.
I have a friend that does not get the sweet and savory thing, to which it just boggles.
That's like my favorite combination.
I'm like, what do you mean?
But I also love savory, and I'm a food girl. I love to eat.
But you know what?
I love food and I love eating.
Do you know what I told her? I'm like, have you never had a Monte Cristo sandwich? And she goes, no, I don't know what that is. I'm like, whoa, first of all. And so I told her, and oddly enough, Miss I don't like sweet and savory goes, that sounds so good. I'm like,
right?
That is the epitome.
We have a comment from a hater here. Sasha says, and I know she's talking about pineapple on pizza. She said, boo, nope. That is crazy. No, it's not. I really
I'm Team Abby on this one, Sasha. Sorry.
We have a hater in the house. I'm just kidding.
But let's talk about tacos.
Just kidding. But no, actually, this is a debate that I will take to my deathbed for real. Like I love pineapple on pizza. I love sweet and savory. I love putting fruit and stuff. Now, one thing that I'm not for, and another debate that I want to have.
Am I going to debate you on this?
No. Okay. When people put raisins in like potato salad.
I put it in the coleslaw the other day.
And I wouldn't eat it.
She wouldn't eat it. But it was the recipe was literally on the bag of coleslaw mix. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, it looks weird.
It did look weird.
And it tasted fine.
But I love like grapes and chicken salad.
You know what's good is I was on a kick for a while.
Craisins.
I think I was shopping at Costco or Sam's a lot. And I had I bought craisins like in the fall it was a really, really big bag. And so I started putting craisins were in everything. They were in the chicken salad. They were, yeah.
Brittany said Monte Cristo is the best. Monte Cristo is the best. Again, if you like sweet and savory, I guess some people don't.
If you don't know what Monte Cristo is, it's basically a club sandwich.
No, it's a deep fried ham and cheese. It's just ham and cheese.
Ham, turkey, and cheese. Usually, it's like a club sandwich minus vegetables, because then you bread it in like you would French toast. Deep fry it, put some powdered sugar on it, and serve it with some jelly.
Yeah. Oh, if you want a good one, you need to go to Cheddar's. Cheddar's has a really good one.
If you have a Cheddar's, if you're in Southern California, they have a good one at Disneyland.
Yes.
Just saying.
But Cheddar's is obviously more accessible. Cheddar's has a good one. One time we went to a place in San Francisco and I ordered a Monte Cristo, and it was not a Monte Cristo. It was literally, first of all, they served it with syrup instead of jelly or jam.
I'm down with syrup.
It just wasn't the same. It was not the same. Because the one from Cheddar's, I'm telling you guys, is life-changing. It's so good.
I think it would be good with blueberry syrup.
Is it like 10 million calories? Absolutely.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst for you.
Also, another thing that I thought about too. So, because this morning I was eating cold pizza. And I know some people don't eat like cold food. And I do sometimes. It depends on what it is.
I knew you ate it cold because I had left something in the microwave and it was still in there.
There are some things that I like cold, like the next day. But there's certain things that I also, let's talk about leftovers. That's actually really what I want to talk about. Let's read these comments and we're going to talk about leftovers. Solomon said, I thought raisins and potato salad was a joke. I've never seen that in real life. Apparently it's like a white people thing. You've never done it though.
No, I didn't.
We usually buy potato salad anyway.
I do now, but I used to make it. But the only thing I'm guilty of with potato salad is I overcook my potatoes. So it's like mushy. A little mushy.
Like mashed potatoes.
But I kind of like it.
I like it like that too. So. Brittany said, I think
that's what I was, Ben again. She's talking about the Monte Cristo.
Okay.
I was actually trying to think of the name of locally. Well, Cheddar's is
Tell me why I'm stupid and I couldn't read. I thought she was trying to say beignets. I was like, what are you talking about, beignets?
Bennigan's had, Bennigan's we used to have that here before Cheddar's, and now we have Cheddar's. So it swapped it out. But there used to be Bennigan's that had Monte Cristo too. It's not a thing. And maybe it's because we're more health conscious and it's like the least healthy thing ever.
10 million calories, that's guaranteed. It's bad.
Deep fried and you put sugar on it and you serve it with another sugar.
And it has cheese.
And then you put French fries on the side.
Yeah. But let's talk about, I do want to talk about leftovers for a second. I want to say it depends on what it is. Well, if I'll take it leftover, like usually, and that's why I told you could have the rest of my sandwich because I don't like sandwiches the next day except in Monte Cristo because that you can throw that bitch in an air fryer and because there's no vegetables on it. So like I realistically like the chicken sandwich I have is like a fried chicken sandwich. Like that means I would have to take the bread off because I don't want to like necessarily put the bread in the, you know what I'm saying? And then I have to take the vegetables off and now the vegetables are soggy. Do I even put them back on? And then is it even going to be the same sandwich without the vegetables? And then the sauce is going to seep into the bread and it's going to make it soggy. I don't like things that are soggy. And so, but pasta, I will fuck a pasta up. An Asian pasta or like Asian noodle dish or like Italian pasta, any noodly thing like that.
It's okay with, it's okay the next day.
Yeah.
Or like chili's like better. Chili or pasta sauce, especially if like spaghetti, if you keep it separate, or even if you don't. Spaghetti sauce gets better.
Yeah. So like those types of leftovers I'll take, but sandwiches usually not. But I will say air fryers have made me more hopeful to save like fries. Although typically I won't take fries to go because they usually get soggy. They're like cold. And even if you put them in the air fryer, sometimes they're not the same again.
I did. I tried to make them like the frozen French fries, you know, the crinkly fries.
Yeah.
I put them in the air fryer and they weren't good. Like they're better in the oven.
Really?
Unless I may have not done something.
I think I get impatient with the air fryer.
It does take a while. Although if I saw a TikTok trend or whatever you call it, I don't know what it's called, where you can make s'mores in the air fryer. You take like parchment paper and then you put your marshmallows in and then they cook and then you stick little pieces of chocolate in and then you cook for a little bit longer and then you dip.
Oh, like a dip situation.
Don't do it.
You tried it?
I did it last night. And
marshmallows is a sweet treat we've been keeping around this house a lot lately. And
because I keep intending to make s'mores, but we never have the 3 ingredients at the same time.
Because I will eat them all. I love graham crackers, I love chocolate, and I love marshmallows. So if she doesn't make them in time, I'll just eat what we have.
I'll go to make them and there's no marshmallows today. And then we had them and I was like, and all the chocolate's gone. So
they're all good individually.
I hid the chocolate this last time, but she ate all the marshmallows, almost all. And then anyway. So I was like,
graham crackers too. You know what I've been doing? Actually, I've been putting the marshmallow in the microwave on top of a graham cracker, and I've just been eating graham cracker marshmallows. I don't even eat
chocolate. That's because I hid the chocolate from her. So I was like, I saw that she was going through the marshmallows quick, and I saw the graham crackers were dwindling down. And I was like, so
that is like my favorite sweet. I love.
So I was like, last night I actually texted you. You didn't answer. I had already like intruded on her like twice and I knew she was going to yell at me if I did it a third time. So I texted her. I was like, I'm making a TikTok dessert. You didn't answer. It's fine because don't do it, y'all. It first of all, then you have to eat it off the parchment paper. And that's kind of a pain in the butt. So then I went to try and take it off the paper and put it into it. It is a sticky, nasty mess. And you can't reheat it. Well, I mean, you can, but it's just, that's something that you got to put directly on your cracker and eat while it's warm and gooey.
Yeah.
You don't want to put it in then you got to get like marshmallow cream or something like that takes the pure. Oh, now we're unrelated?
Just really quick.
Oh, jeez.
I got a new iPad case.
Oh my God. Are you serious? That's what we're talking about?
I have to show you.
There's something wrong with you.
It's really cute. It's spec, which I really like. And then look, it has this cute little thing to like cover my camera up. And it has a little latch, which I also enjoy. It has 2 pencil spots, so I can magnetically.
This is not real quick, by the way.
Or I can put it right there if I want
to. Are they sponsoring us?
They should, because I love Speck, actually.
Okay, they're not. Put it away.
Okay.
We're not getting paid.
But I felt like we were going along about the marshmallows.
I just am giving the warning. If you're going to do something like that, get the marshmallow cream in the thing. Don't. I
also am an ice cream girl when it comes to. So my favorite desserts. So I like cookies and I'll eat them, but I've realized because I'm now more around like cookie people. You're a cookie person.
Lately, yeah.
And I'm not a cookie person. Like, will I eat a cookie? Yes, a bitch loves a cookie.
I'm specific though.
But my dessert is like, if I had my perfect choice, it'd be like a nice moist piece of cake. Any flavor, really. My favorite is carrot cake. But I
like spice cake. So.
And I like cream cheese frosting. I like fall flavors. So yeah, like a spice cake, a good.
I just feel like they're not
pumpkin.
I feel like the fall, those type of flavors aren't as sweet.
I think that's why I like it, because sometimes I get overwhelmed with like chocolate with a thick ass icing. You know what I'm saying? I do like chocolate, but I need it to. I can't have chocolate cake with chocolate icing. I need something to like cut the like richness, you know. But yeah, I'm always gonna reach for a cake. So would you say you're a cookie person or a cake person? And then let us know in the comments. Are you a cookie person or are you a cake person?
Yeah, please. And then tell us your favorite, because
like, would you rather have like a nice juicy cupcake or like Oreo cookies or like a crumble cookie?
See, but that's the thing. I don't like Oreo cookies.
Yes, but you do.
I'll eat them. I don't.
You buy Nutter Butters.
I buy Nutter Butters.
Which, oh my God.
No, you're not going to talk about their TikTok, are you?
I am going to talk about their TikTok.
It's crazy.
Their TikTok is insane. How'd you know I was going to talk about it? Because it's crazy.
As soon as you went and grabbed your phone. They have an, I don't know who takes care of their social media.
It's someone who's obviously Gen Z and maybe on drugs. Like actually maybe
or demonic.
On drugs.
Maybe demonic.
Or maybe demonic. Let me make sure I'm connected to the thing. Okay, I am.
Actually didn't even follow because I was like.
So first of all, does this look like, and it's like the official page. Hold on. Can you see? It looks like someone is on an acid trip when they did this. I'm going to just play one video for you.
I stopped because I felt like I didn't understand.
Here's the Nutter Butter Peanut Butter Sandwich Cookie Riddle. What has creamy peanut butter filling up its middle? And is peanuts.
I don't mind that.
It looks scary. Oh, this one's like a slideshow.
Very loud.
Oh, is that it? It's just like meant to be really creepy, like giving like something I would have searched up in like when I was 12 years old, like trippy video, colorful, weird, creepy.
It's pretty weird.
It's very weird. Is it working though? Absolutely, because I want more Nutter Butters now. Like now I have to, if I had to choose between a Nutter Butter.
So that I actually have knockoff ones right now. I have like the faux Girl Scout cookie ones, which are my favorite.
Okay. Also, I'm going to read some of these comments about if you're a cookie or cake, and then we're going to talk about Girl Scout cookies because I'm going to tell you my 2 favorite flavors, and if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. Okay. So Brittany said, I like both cakes and cookies. Cool. Love it. I like both, but I lean more towards cookies. You do. I remember you do like cookies.
I think they're just more convenient, scalable. Sometimes you want one cookie. Sometimes you want a handful.
And if I get cupcakes, like I'm more likely to pick up a pack of like cookies from the aisle rather than like the cupcakes because they're going to go bad.
Easier to save. Yeah,
that's
easier
true.
To save for later. Lots of different flavors. You can put in with ice cream or something if you really want to.
Brittany also said, yes, the other podcast I listened to during the week mentioned the Nutter Butter TikTok, and they said the exact same thing. That like it looks like some 12-year-old.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Is it getting Nutter Butter attention? Like,
I mean,
I already gave them attention.
That's the thing. Like, get people talking. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad usually. And I mean, it's not necessarily bad about Nutter Butter. It's just weird. Like, it's definitely not like, because if you think about like other like cookie or sweets or things that are geared towards like children or, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole Trix cereal thing, Lucky Charms, is all about cartoons, like Tricks or Crazy Rabbit, Tricks or Forget, or whatever they say. Silly Rabbit, that's what it is. Sasha said, lover of all sweets, but cookies are easier to eat.
See?
They are.
They're
yeah.
more convenient. Yeah.
And
and you can share them.
But oftentimes I don't. It's funny, and Sasha's gonna agree with this, but I don't like, I won't reach for an Oreo. Like I'll see them in the house, I may eat one, but I don't like reach for it. But if someone else is eating them around me, I have to now eat them.
See, Oreos are not really a big, you know what I like about Oreos is when they're good in recipes or they're good to like I bought them last year because I was going to dip them in chocolate with sprinkles to make like pretty desserts at Christmas time. Like they're good for crafting. Like food crafting.
Yeah.
Like dessert crafting.
But not like making from scratch. Yeah.
Well, and I just don't love the flavor. Well, like cookies and cream ice cream. Heck yeah. But like just eating Oreos, you know what it is? It's because I don't really drink milk. Like
because they're kind of dry a little bit.
Yeah, they're just not a good.
Terry
alone.
said, "I like all of it, cake and cookies."
Terry is a sweets girl.
Yeah,
she does love her sweets.
I love sweets. I love apple pie from McDonald's. Like I love an ice cream cone
with a caramel sundae, so you can eat them together.
Yeah, delicious.
My dad turned me on to that one time.
Solomon said it's between cheesecake and tres leches.
Why are Solomon and I like?
I like both of those too.
Why are we like twin flames?
Twin flames.
Solomon and I are like that.
No, but I'm a sweets girl, but it's funny because after I eat something sweet, I always feel like I need something savory after. So it's like I eat my dinner, then I eat my dessert, and then I need a snack after the dessert to like.
It can definitely be a vicious cycle for me. Sugar
sometimes also, like depending on what I'm eating, leaves like a film in my mouth. So I always feel like if I don't eat something savory after, I do feel like I need like soda to like wash it down. Like water isn't enough. I need like soda, something to like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just think it can be a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Like, well, now I need something salty again.
Now I need something
But
sweet.
Can we talk about tacos? So,
okay.
Because honestly, tacos are I
also love that taco is another word for vagina.
Oh. Anyway, I'm so glad I have a t-shirt that says it then. No wonder I struggle in my love life. Okay. Everybody's confused, including myself. No, like they're like perfect food, right? Because there's breakfast tacos.
That is true.
There's
like my go-to
tacos.
breakfast is a breakfast taco. Whether I'm making something at home, because we almost always have tortillas and eggs and cheese. And literally I will eat egg and cheese on a tortilla and with some hot sauce, call it a day. So I am a taco girl. I love tacos, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
If you could only have one like thing, obviously not the same one, but if you go like tacos, there's dessert tacos.
Have you heard that everything, and I could be getting this wrong, but like everything is a sandwich or soup?
Yes.
Yeah. So tacos.
We could get into the whole hot dog conversation.
Well, that's a sandwich,
right? Because it's between two pieces of bread. But
yeah.
But
a taco is a sandwich too. It's in the sandwich family.
Okay.
A taco's in the sandwich family. Anything wrapped in a tortilla, burrito, enchilada, that's all in the sandwich family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mexican food only has like 6 ingredients anyway. They just rearrange them all. Well, by the way, my favorite food, but still, it's true. If you have like your core ingredients, you can make enchiladas, you can make tacos, you can make burrito.
Pasta's tricky though. Is that a soup? I think I would consider it a soup.
Pasta. Yeah, but with less liquid.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, because you put pasta, chicken noodle soup, which I made.
You did, and it was.
I've never made that.
And it was so good.
I've never made it before.
My mom can cook. She cooks really good food. Although one time she made enchiladas and I cried. Speaking of that, oh my gosh, I did cry. Okay, it wasn't just because of that. I was having some feelings about something else, and then so that day. Basically I was missing my boo thing. My boo thing was gone. I was missing them. And anyways, and then, I also I was wearing a really cute outfit. I was wearing a white top with some orange pants and had these really cute, white, sandals, platform sandals. And I fell down the stairs at work. I didn't fall all the way down. It was just the last few stairs. And I fell and I broke my shoe and I fell.
Did I know that?
You did.
Oh.
You were just caught up on the fact that I didn't like your enchiladas. So that all happens at work, right? And then I am having a terrible day. I missed my boo. I hurt myself. I fell. I'm embarrassed. I broke my shoe. I feel like something else happened too. And then I come home. My mom's like, "Oh, I made this enchilada casserole." And then you did kind of warn me. You're like, "It didn't turn out the way I wanted." And she gave me a bowl of it. You always give me way too much food. You gave me a big old bowl of it. And I took 2 bites and I was like, she goes, and I stopped eating it. And she was like, "Do you want me to heat it up?" Or you asked something. And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna eat the rest later." And I never came back for it.
I knew.
And then I cried because I just had a terrible day. And then I had terrible enchiladas and I was just so hungry. And I just wanted something delicious and comforting. That being said, you are an amazing cook. Most of the things you cook, I love.
I'll tell you all what it is, just so you know. I decided to make it in a casserole form just to be different instead of rolling enchiladas, right?
Yeah.
And I was I looked it up. you know? And so I was doing what the lady said, which was to dip, which I don't do when I make enchiladas. So that could have been doing wrong, but to dip the tortillas in the enchilada sauce, right? And then layer them and whatever. Like, oh, so much easier. And then pour the rest on the top. So I did this and I baked it, and the tortillas disintegrated.
It was
like there was no tortillas left. Like, not like you're cutting through it. It turned back into cornmeal.
Yeah.
I guess I got it too wet or whatever. Anyway, so I mean, the taste was actually okay, but Abby's a texture girl, which I already know.
Especially I knew right away. Anything mushy. That's why I don't like soggy stuff. Like, even when I eat my cereal, I put less milk and I eat it while it's like crunchy.
Yeah,
I can't like let a lot of people like to like let it sit. I have to eat it immediately.
Yeah, the taste was actually not bad. I mean, it was all the same. No, she took a couple bites and she's like, I'm out. And then she's like, I'll eat it later. I'm like, she's not gonna eat it later. I know she's not gonna eat it later. But then later the next day she's like, I said, you're not gonna eat this, right? Because I'm just gonna. There was too much of it. Like, I wasn't, And she goes, no. And I'm like, sorry, it was mushy. She goes, yeah, sorry, I cried about it or something. I'm like, what?
There was other things going on. I think. So it was a couple things.
But now I will never let her forget that. I'm like, you're not going to cry, right? If you don't like this.
Okay. But speaking of falling, so I fell that day, right? And then last week I fell 2 times within 24 hours. Okay. And I hurt both of my knees. So the first time I fell and hit my knee, and I don't know if y'all can see.
Oh, I knew you were going to get a bruise on that one.
It's like my entire knee is bruised.
To be fair, she did it. She fell because she mopped the floor.
Yeah.
It was very
And what's
wet.
crazy is I had some food or something in my hand, and then my Stanley,
not a Stanley,
in my other hand, and I did not drop a single thing, but I did hurt my knee. And we have like our house is tile, and like in parts of our house is like the edge of the tile is like a pretty designed tile or whatever, but there's more ridges, and that's exactly where my knee fell. Anyway, then 24 hours later, I went to go pick up her stupid little dog. Because he was outside, I was leaving, and I needed him to come inside. So I pick him up, and we have these like dog beds that have like little legs outside. And again, I'm holding him, didn't drop him, but I hurt myself. This time I didn't like fall, but I think I like twisted my knee funny because my knee's been so the right knee is messed up because I twisted something. The left knee's bruised, so anything that touches it hurts.
Well, you're getting old. Welcome to our world.
So I've fallen twice. And then today before the show, I was obsessed with watching these TikToks about Zendaya wearing the So Kate Louboutin heels. Basically, they're like 6-inch heels, super skinny, like no platform, super pointy toe.
I for sure fall.
Zendaya's like iconic for wearing these shoes. So I was watching them and I'm like, wow, like that's so, because I've always wanted to be that girl that can wear like super high heels. But then she walks so confidently and never falls. I'm like, I fall in Birkenstocks. I fall in Crocs.
I fall when I'm barefoot.
I was wearing these very slides when I fell the first time. So so there's no
I do actually fall.
Louboutins in my future.
I get tripped up more on flip-flops than anything else, to be honest.
Flip-flops? Yeah, I don't know. But she's been falling a lot, and
I do not to drive or anything in them. You're not supposed to. I mean, people do.
I do wear a lot of like platform shoes. Like they're flat, but they're platform. Anyway, back to food. So I drive Abby crazy, but I'm actually so excited that there's like a food culture now, because I've always been that girl that takes a picture of my food. I'm just glad because I've always been sort of obsessed with food, not in a healthy way. So I've talked before about, I've always struggled with my weight, but a lot so when I was younger. And I think I had, not to like bring like childhood trauma or anything into it, but food was like a control factor in my household as well. Mm-hmm. And so I think I became obsessed with it because it was denied to me. Yeah.
And in some of my dealings with multiple step parents and whatnot, there was like, you're not allowed to eat this, which just made it more. And I think I just wanted it more than.
I think that is a generational thing, because a lot of people, Gen X, who grew up with parents like that, become what they call almond moms, which is definitely something I wanted to touch on. And I think we've talked about it today or before on the show. But like the idea of an almond mom, if you don't know, is basically they say like it's that lady that's like, oh, I only eat a handful of almonds a day.
Yeah.
And I'm full.
Like kind of the people who brag about how little they eat.
Right.
Or, oh, I could or, I'll order a Big Mac meal and someone's like, oh my God, you can eat all of that? On a good day, I can eat 2. Not really, but I'll try.
No, yeah.
And the only reason I can't is because I had that surgery. Otherwise, heck yeah, I can eat it.
So that's the idea of an almond mom. And I've told you before that and I don't think you were almond mom, but I do think you were almond mom adjacent. You weren't like the extreme almond mom. You never like shamed me or made me feel some type of way. I think that's kind of what it is. It's like that mom that's like, oh, honey, you can't be eating a burger. Like, if you've ever watched the show that Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid, I think they were on one of those housewife shows or something like that of Beverly Hills. I think their mom was. I could be mistaken. I could be wrong. But kind of like Gigi would always want to eat and her mom would always be like, but you have a shoot tomorrow. Like you can't eat and stuff like that. And so, but I think you growing up with the trauma that you did, being like kind of told what you can and can't eat. And then like being more like, I guess, because now there's more like a body acceptance movement type of thing. But anyways, we do have an ingredient household, which is why I say she's almond mom adjacent. Only because I make my own money and I buy things, do we ever have like a snack or like something that's like pre-prepared. Actually, more than that, now that I'm older, you'll get like some frozen meals and frozen pizzas and Hot Pockets and now you give me whatever I want. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you asked me what I want from the grocery store back then it was all up to you, right? Like now I'm my own person and stuff. But I asked her to buy like Uncrustables. Right now I have like individually packed goldfish.
And so I actually had bought one of those little things to make Uncrustables and she was like, no.
No, it's not. Why would I go through the whole point is I don't want to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Even that. That's the point. It's like I'm too lazy to make even that. And so we grew up in an ingredient household. So we always got rice. Like if you grew up in an ingredient household, here's are the things that you always have. You always have rice. You always have like canned vegetables or like frozen vegetables, some of the sort. You probably have some bread. What else? Pasta. Tortillas. Like I just named all carbs, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a really big like cook person.
Well, you know what? Like I can always, it may not be the best thing in the world, but I can, what just stopped? I can always make something though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll throw something together. There's always something that can be made.
You're good about that, throwing stuff together. For me, I know, that's why I really believe in the sandwich or soup. I'm like, it either goes in bread or on pasta or in broth.
What about like a meat, like steak?
Okay. Speaking of that, I was vegan for 2 years. I think I've also talked about that before. So I was in my senior year of high school. I decided to go vegan, mainly because I kind of had like mentioned it to some friends that I watched a video. I was like, I think I might go vegan, like just to be like kind of silly. And they were like, oh, you could never. Oh my God, you love Chick-fil-A. You love
challenge accepted.
So that day, I was on the dance team. We were going to state. And whenever we were going to like games, especially it was like a state game or it was like a playoff game or something like that. They fed us hot dogs before and then Chick-fil-A, any away game, they would feed us Chick-fil-A sandwiches on the way back. And I didn't eat them at all. It was that day. I said, oh, you bitches said I can't be vegan. I was like, oh, well, let me go vegetarian. So I stopped eating meat that day and I didn't eat it for over 2 years. And then a few months later, I went vegan. And so and this is like when I was like my senior year of high school going into like my adulthood. And then when I went off to college, I was vegan and I quickly stopped because it was a lot of work. But like, so I never really, and that's when I was like, that's when I did my most cooking and stuff. Like when I feel like I like really taught myself to cook and what I like was when I was vegan. And so,
you don't have a whole lot of choices.
Yeah. And so I never really like cared about meat. And even still to this day, like I like meat, I'll eat it. But like if I'm cooking a meal, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to include meat or I'm going to get some sort of something that's like very simple. I always get ground meat if I cook with it because it's easy.
But yeah, what is your favorite meal that I make for you?
What?
I made it last week.
Oh, pot roast. I do love pot roast. I do love pot roast.
It's just funny to me that you're like, I could go without meat, except pot roast is my favorite meal.
It is. I'm not saying like that I don't eat it because I do, but like if I'm like shopping, it's different, I guess, depending on what I'm feeling at the time, like depending on how healthy I'm being, how much I'm cooking, whatever, and stuff like that. But I by choice don't eat meat a lot of the time. And so I never really like taught myself how to cook it really. Like I can, I'm not an idiot. I know that you have to like make sure the chicken isn't pink and like stuff like that. I'm not.
So I mean, not to be dumb here. I mean, I'm really, because you always give me a hard time about the ingredient household. And every now and then I'll go, when I just want a quick snack and I can't find any, like, I'm like,
and you know what I'm talking about?
I'm being really lazy. I'm like, oh, she's right. However,
you're better now. You usually have like crackers and like something to make a charcuterie at least. Like,
yeah, I make
like ham and cheese or pepperoni and cheese or whatever.
Yeah. But what I mean, I feel like if you're not an ingredient household, then you have processed bad for you foods.
Oh, 100%.
Which I also have profit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a health queen or anything, but when I am trying to be on the healthier side, it's going to be hard to not be an ingredient household.
I know that is so, because those Uncrustables are like almost 300 calories or more. They might be more, but they're so good and they're such a good little sneaky snack. But they're like more than a snack. Like it fills me up because sometimes like if I get the little goldfish, I'm not eating one of those little packs. Like I'm eating that and something else and something else. You know, it used to piss me off at home when we were an ingredient household and I had no say in what we had at home. We never had soda. No soda. Unless we like just had a party at the house or something.
Which was never.
And then occasionally we would have chips, not even chips, y'all. That's like damn near child abuse. Like not even like some Doritos. Like we didn't have chips. I'd be lucky. You know what I was allowed to have? Like Cheez-Its. I could have Cheez-Its, which I do love Cheez-Its. But
I need to buy some too because I need to make my snack.
They're
mix.
so good. But yeah, I love the processed easy sneaky snacks.
This is honestly 100% not where I thought today's episode was going to go.
Taryn said she loves pot roast. I do love pot roast.
She loves pot roast.
I do.
And I amped it up this last time. You noticed. So
you added garlic, like full garlic cloves.
And I used,
different potatoes.
I actually used beef broth.
Oh.
Which I usually just use water and seasoning. I season and use water.
Yeah.
And I seared the pot.
My mom's good with the seasoning. Don't take her appearance for that. She might not be. I worded that really weird, but
because I'm white.
Yeah. Yeah.
My hair is darker now, so but the blonde me is like,
my mom knows how to season, so
I do not season.
Our food is not bland. She knows how to season. It's good.
I may not be at the level of like I'm careful sometimes because I know people can post season if it's not enough, but you can't take it away.
Right. You don't want to do too much.
So I'm pretty, to some people it might be on the bland side, but it's just me trying to be like exercise a little, like you can always add salt, pepper to things, but you can't take it away. So I'm very careful in that respect. I do love to cook though. Love it.
Yeah.
But where I really thought we were going to.
She also loves making a mess in the kitchen.
I love making a mess. I hate cleaning it up. I use every single thing possible in the kitchen to make something.
She really does. It's not even kidding.
I also with my ADHD, whatever I have, if I think, ooh, you know what else would be good with this, I start making that too. So oftentimes I make like 4 or 5 things.
Brittany made a really good comment. She said, that was how I grew up. For example, I never ate kid cereal. Exactly. You know what we had? Like Special K. I feel like you had Special K.
I absolutely did not have Special K.
You had some.
Your stepdad.
Cheerios. It was Cheerios. That was what I was allowed to have. Not allowed. I guess if I really asked for something, I could have.
Oh, Honey Nut Cheerios. You like
That's
those.
what I'm saying. I did, but you rarely, like I loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you would buy me Cheerios. My bad. I didn't mean Special K. I meant Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yes.
That is not the same as Cheerios. Cheerios are disgusting. They're like little round cardboard pieces.
Okay. Honey Nut Cheerios, which are bussin'. They are good.
See?
But like now when I buy cereal myself, my 2 favorite cereals, are y'all ready? Are you ready? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops. They're even better when you mix them together in the same bowl.
So she asked me to buy them. And once again, I bought them at Sam's or Costco. So we ended up with a ton of them. And she wasn't
Raisin Bran. We had Raisin Bran too.
Okay, stop. Anyway, but I actually had them in these containers because I'm afraid of gnats and stuff in the kitchen. So I put them in these giant containers in the pantry. And I had a row of all Cinnamon Toast Crunch because I had got the pack from Costco. And then she asked me to get Fruit Loops. They sat there unopened for I don't know how long. I'm like, you do realize I bought your dang Fruit Loops, right? She goes, no, I didn't. And then I had all these containers and I ran out of room. So I put them together and she was like, oh, that's really good. Actually.
Also because I don't like it with regular milk. I like it with almond milk and we don't always have it.
You have to buy that because I don't like it.
Yeah. So I have to buy the almond milk.
If you ask me to, but I won't remember to because I don't.
And I kind of forget about it too because that's the only time I really use almond milk is for cereal. I don't put it in my coffee.
But I'm a weird milk girl and I just started buying lactose-free milk.
We always have goddamn half and half. We always have half and half.
Hey, if you like to cook, you know.
Yeah.
You always have heavy.
I'm not putting half and half of my cereal. Then I will literally be a gluttonous pig. I'm not doing
but
that.
I got lactose-free milk, and it's actually pretty good. Anyway, where I thought we were gonna go was more about like foodie culture, like taking pictures of your food and Instagramming it and all that.
That's boring. Well, I think.
Well, anyway, just so you know,
we have 9 viewers. So that's even better.
I send Abby like 10 Instagrams a day,
and Facebook, and TikTok, and text messages,
whatever I'm on,
Twitter. Not Twitter as much
with foods, either recipe. No. She sends me recipes, and
that I want her to make.
That's her little subtle. Please make this for me, which I've done most of the time. I will. But I send her like.
Sometimes I just send it to you because it's interesting. I don't like necessarily need you to make it, but if you choose to, hey,
I made that. I don't know if you sent to me or not. I made a elote dip one time.
Oh, that was so good. I love when you make that.
I love when I make stuff.
She makes good dips, and I love dips because I love chips.
I make good party food, and then I don't have parties. I just eat it. I love a good party food. But I send her like new restaurants and stuff, or places that we should go check out. And I get I'm such, you know what? I need more friends.
fidgety.
Because when she comes back and says, oh, love that. Like that looks cool. Like my whole life is made and I start planning our next day out. I'm like, oh, we're going here. We're going here.
It's like you get the stamp of approval.
I do. And anyway, it's, I'm actually just glad because I think because I had weight struggles or whatever, I was afraid to embrace my love of food because I was overweight.
Yeah.
And I felt like people were like, well, duh, look at you.
Right.
You know? And so I'm glad that it's like an art form kind of, and then it's a thing that people can appreciate because everybody eats. That's one thing that everybody has in common.
I never understand people who are like, oh, I just don't care about food.
Yeah. Those people, you can't be my friend.
I will tell you, and I think I've actually talked about this before. I'll say it again.
Mm-hmm. Back when I was doing the whole online dating thing, whatnot, I went on a date with who treated me very nice. He was very whatever, but we started talking and he was like, I have like one pot and I open up the same can of soup and that's what I eat every night. And I was like, what? I don't understand.
Or he's a chicken tendy.
Yeah. We went to get crawfish and he ordered chicken strips and fries with ketchup. He didn't even get like a sauce.
Like no ranch, no honey mustard.
No barbecue sauce.
Buffalo.
And this was not like even a thin man. And he talked about how he ate. And then we went like on 3 dates and that's when I just like that, the chicken strip was the end of it. But he had told me that. And then we went to like a steak place and he ordered well done steak.
Yeah.
I just get it. And then
I do like
then steak. When I said, you've never had crawfish, aren't you from here? Because I had never had it until I lived here, you know? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, we're going to get crawfish. And we did. And he's like, okay. No, nice, right? He actually just said okay because he knew I wanted it. But I thought he said okay because like he was gonna engage.
It's kind of I get that. Like, and then I think a lot of guys think they're like doing something nice by like taking you somewhere, but it's like, but I want you to enjoy it too.
Well, I thought I was excited that I was gonna like introduce him to a food that he could say like, oh man, I've lived here my whole life, and I know chicken strips with ketchup.
Lame.
And I literally was like,
loser, lame.
I hope it doesn't sound petty, but at the end of the day, really, you got to have things in common with the person that you're spending time with. Mm-hmm. And that was too much for me. I was like, nope. Like, you got to be a little more interested. Can you do this though? I'm going to do this because like Terry says, Jennifer's an excellent cook. Thank you, Terry.
I'm getting fidgety. I think we need to end the show.
Also, okay, one more thing. Yeah, why are you fidgety?
Because I'm ready to be done.
Are you hungry? Oh, wow. Okay, but Brittany, grape nuts though. I never had those. Those are like little tiny rocks.
I never had them either.
Because they're awful. They're like rock. I don't know what people eat these. They're literally like, I feel like they crack your teeth. Like they're little tiny, no taste rocks.
Yeah.
Anyway, also, Brittany's a big fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch
and Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are good.
Are you hungry now?
You know what I kind of want to make though, since we have marshmallows? I want to make Rice Krispie treats, but with Fruit Loops.
We don't have.
You finished them, but it's okay. But I would love to make Rice Krispie treats.
I did make those for you, didn't I?
With Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, I made it with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wrong.
I knew I had one. I had a choice. I went with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, they sell those. They sell little like basically like cereal bars.
Which I see you buying.
No, I meant with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, and Fruit Loops.
I don't know about those.
I said I see you buying it rather than making it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Darren said eating is my hobby. Same, girl. I love to eat.
Saying. Everybody eats.
It's a good way to celebrate with people.
That's another thing too, especially when you're trying to, like back in the day when I was trying to lose weight. You can't just stop eating.
Yeah.
You know, like not to put it in the same category as drugs or alcohol or whatever, or smoking or whatever. You can stop doing all those things.
Yeah. But you can't stop eating.
You can't stop eating. And then you have to make that choice.
Never will.
You have to make that choice every single time you eat to eat a little bit or to eat something with less calories. You have to make that choice so many times a day. It's unfair. But anyway, okay, not where I thought we were going to go, but thanks for coming to our TED Talk about
Follow
food.
us on all platforms at Journeys Ambitions. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, LV with Val just hit 100,000 subscribers. Woo!
I was wondering, I was going to say something, but I wasn't sure if they wanted,
Yeah.
if we wanted to be the ones to announce that. So we hit 131. So close.
I checked 133.
Oh, 133?
Yeah.
Oh, look at us.
Yes.
We're so close to 100,000. But congrats to them.
Thank you. Peace and blessings. Love you. Bye.
Bye.